Hello, my name is Hamza Sheikh, and my presentation is going to be on automobile technology. Introduction. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that's changing really quickly, the only strategy that's guaranteed to fail is not taking risk, stated by Mark Zuckerberg. Taking risk is something that us humans fear. Rather, it should be looked at as a stepping stone on our way to success. The question as to which I hope to answer is, what determines the success of one's business? Is it the drive of wanting to be successful, or is it just a matter of luck? Kiichi Toyoda showed throughout his life, nothing is luck. Nothing is given to you. It's just a matter of how hard you want it. In this term, he wanted his brand Toyota to be a success, and eventually through him and his son's hard work, it came out to be a legacy in which we still use today. In lesson 1.2 in chapter 1, taking risk and making profits within the dynamic business environment. There is nothing that can be done. If you can't make something, it's because you haven't tried hard enough, stated by Kiichi Toyoda, the founder of Toyota Motor Company. An entrepreneur stated in Nichols and Hughes, 2019, is a person who risks his time and money to start a business. In this scenario, Kiichi Toyoda took a risk to invest in a company as to which he never would have imagined would be the number 4 best-selling vehicle in America. Toyota was born in Japan on June 11, 1894. He was a young kid in Japan who had big dreams. After working for his father from a young age by the late 1920s, he decided to develop an automobile. Chapter 2, Lesson 2.1. Understand economics and how it affects business. People are free to start business anywhere, and just as free to fail and start again, stated in Nichols and Hughes. Kiichi Toyoda took that risk, and now Toyota is playing a huge role in the United States. It is that Toyota has provided America with over 470,000 jobs. Toyota creates unemployment for 6.1 others at supplies and manufacturing companies. Toyota also has over 23.6 billion in net. So you're looking at my diagram, it is Toyota vehicle right here, and economic globalization where the Toyota cars are factorized from. Chapter 3.1. Doing business in global markets. Exporting products is severely done throughout the world's global market. Free trade is the movement of goods and services among nations without political and economic barriers. Nichols and Hughes, which is stated in Nichols Hughes, Toyota has engaged in global businesses worldwide, exporting vehicles all over the country. Licensing is the right to manufacture its product or use its trademark to a foreign country for a fee, which in depth Toyota did, which is stated in Nichols Hughes. What makes Toyota such a great company is the fact that they sell such good quality products for affordable prices so that everybody can buy from. Toyota is stated to target mainly middle-class customers with its affordable cars. As you can see in America, they like buying Toyota because the price-wise is perfect actually for them. Chapter 4.5 lesson. Demanding ethical and social responsibility behavior. Toyota has an ethical and CSR, corporate social responsibility obligations, in which stated in more than 2008 means the concern business have for welfare of society, not for their owners. Toyota works hard on maintaining their great image globally. Toyota has created a customer-first policy which puts into play that the customer should always be prioritized and making sure the customer is always satisfied. Toyota's relations with their partners play a huge role in their company growth. Toyota works on making sure its relations with its business partners is just as important as the relations with their providers, stated in Douglas 2018. The car company states Toyota will lead the future mobile society, enriching lives around the world with the safest and most responsible ways of moving people. Lesson 5.2, Lesson 5.4, How to Form a Business. Sakichi Toyoda was the original creator of Toyota, in which now has turned into a corporation stated in Nichols and Hughes. Corporation has many advantages such as limited liability, ability to raise more money for investment, size, and moving forward. He was born in 1867 and his first invention was created in 1924. His son Kiichi Toyoda from there began his research on gas engines. Kiichi Toyoda later founded the company in 1950. In 1982, Toyota Motor Company and Toyota Motors merged into one company, stated in horizontal merger joins into the firm's and state industry and allows them to diversify or expand their products, which in fact Toyota did. Chapter 6.1 Entrepreneurship and Starting a Small Business. Starting a small business isn't as easy as it sounds. People take risks for opportunity, profit, independence, and challenge. As for Toyota, they made it their mission and decided they wouldn't stop until they're number one. Toyota started off as a division of Toyota Automatic Loom, which was created in 1933. The original invention behind the company was Kiyoshi Toyota, wanting to make textile looming easier and more productive. Start your own business is what I always say, but, look at this guy now. Chapter 7.2 Management and Leadership. Management and leadership are core to starting a business. There are 4 parts to management stated in planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Someone must have the authority to make decisions and put in order to place. In this case, that was Kiyoshi Toyota. His father created the car business, but Kiyoshi then took the authority to take that small company brand and turn it into something worth remembering. Let's say point 1, chapter 1. Structuring organization for Toyota's challenges. Toyota has created many organizations to make sure their car brand fits into society we live in today. On the Toyota website, it states, let's face it, there's only one planet Earth. That's why we focus on environmentally sustainable solutions in everything we do and every vehicle we make. One phrase I love from Nichols and Hughes is, to build a business, you have to start from the bottom up. Toyota has 6 challenges as to which they hope to achieve. The plan is to eliminate almost all the CO2 emissions from their vehicles, parts, and materials to produce Toyota vehicle and from the Toyota facilities. And as you see, looking at from here, you can see the division managers and where it starts from the bottom and going to the 4th, 5th team leaders and how they work through the divisions. Chapter 9.4 Production, Operations, and Management. Toyota Operation Management is stated to follow the 10 decisions to have an effective and efficient operation. In terms of Toyota production management, the car company has what is known as the Toyota Production System. In place, it consists of making sure they reduce 3 known obstacles. The 3 obstacles are overburden, inconsistency, and waste. The TPS is stated to follow 2 things. Make it only what is needed, only when it is needed, and only the amount that is needed. And automation with human touch. If you didn't know what production meant, stated in Nichols and Hughes, is the creation of finished goods and services using the factors of production, land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, and knowledge. And as you can see right here is where some of the workers are making their Toyota vehicle, cleaning it up. I actually like their work, honestly. Chapter 10.7 Motivating Employees. Another key take to Toyota is their representatives. Toyota values its workers and knows that employees are essential to the foundation of any organization, which is required for every business. They know if their employees are satisfied, then the customer will also be satisfied. The question how to motivate employees was asked to Mr. Akira Takashi, the former Toyota chairman. In his response, he stated, creating a corporate culture of cooperation and respect for the individual is essential for a company to stay strong, flexible, and young. Happy workers can lead to happy customers, and happy customers can lead to a successful business. As you can see down here on these images, it's showing you a couple of workers, uniting, making sure everything is fine. As you can see right here with their red color shirts. They're all smiling, which means they're all happy. And I mean, honestly, that's toward any business. You have to be happy, focused to be great. Conclusion. In conclusion, the risk that we take may lead to something that you never expect. In this case, it was Kiyoshi Toyota taking a risk with his father's small car company. He never would have imagined what have came from this dream and is still now standing as #1 trusted car company. Forming the business wasn't the easiest, but it was accomplished by Kiyoshi. The family chain hasn't continued to own the business, and now Akira Toyota is indeed the owner of the company. Toyota makes sure their employees are more than at all costs and every value to the component of what they do. That's being great right there, what they do, Toyota. And as you can see right here is my refreshes about who I use, websites I used. Moving forward is more refreshes. Honestly, I would say Toyota is a great company. They keep prospering, keep pushing up. And honestly, for me moving forward, I would love to be the type of company that they have in the future. And thank you. Presentation done.